Grade. I'm going to continue reading Mary Anning, the Girl Who Cracked Open the World, on page 25. Mary was used to finding creatures that looked as if they swam in the water. But the creature she found next, still tucked in the cliff, was completely different. It was shorter than Mary, and could it be? It appeared to have wings and a beak. It must have been an ancient bird or a bat. The creature turned out to be a winged lizard, or pterosaur, the first one ever found in England. Mary closed her eyes and tried to imagine it flapping overhead. Slowly, bone by bone, Mary's fossil finds were added to the knowledge that scientists had about Earth and its history. Her discoveries helped change what scientists chose to study from then on. Some scientists were becoming experts in new kinds of science, such as geology, the study of rocks. Other scientists were fascinated by paleontology, the study of fossils and ancient life. Meanwhile, day after day, year after year, Mary walked by the sea. Bone by bone, fossil by fossil, she learned more and more. Inside Mary's fossil shop, visitors crowded around her latest discoveries. They came from all over Europe to meet her and ask her questions. After they left, Mary packaged up the fossils that collectors had bought. She built a wooden frame for each one and then gently placed it inside and packed it with plaster. Some of the fossil traveled by ship across the ocean to North America, and other fossils traveled by wagon to London and places that were closer. Along with the other creatures she discovered, Mary also found the fossils of ancient fish. When a scientist named Louis Agassiz learned that Mary had collected more than 30 kinds of fossil fish, he traveled all the way from Switzerland to meet Mary, look at her collection, and see the places where Mary had found the fish. Louis was so grateful for her help that he named not only one, but 2 kinds of fossil fish after Mary. Near the end of Mary's life, a scientist named Richard Owen used a new word, never heard before, to describe ancient creatures that lived on land. He called those creatures terrible lizards, or dinosaurs. Mary's Ichthyosaurus and Plesiosaurus ruled the seas, and her Pterosaurus ruled the skies. At the same time that those creatures lived, dinosaurs ruled the land. Many scientists were searching for dinosaur fossils, but not as many people were looking at the seas. Thanks to Mary, we have a more complete idea of what the world looked like during those times. After Mary died, her good friend Henry talked about her at an important meeting in London. Since Henry first met Mary, he had become well known for his work in geology. Now he was about to become the president of the Geological Society, and he wanted its members to remember Mary's important contributions to their work. During her life, Mary hadn't been able to become a member of the society because she was a woman. Only men were allowed to join. Mary Anning spent her whole life in the place she loved best, near the sea and the crumbling cliffs with her fossils hidden deep inside. No one, not even Mary, expected that she would accomplish all that she did. No one thought that a poor girl without much education would find important fossils and learn so much about geology and paleontology. But that is exactly what happened. Mary's love of fossils and her curious nature changed her life and helped change the world of science, too.